Alright, it's getting so hot. Alright, walking over to your place. Memory card was full. I had to go empty it. Lots of bamboo piles. I've been doing lots of trimming and cutting. Always doing lots of trimming and cutting. I'm never not trimming and cutting. The cleanup I did over here is tops. Let's see. The house looks good. I'm trying to show the ground though. Still needs a raking, but actually a lot of that small stuff, it'll just disappear in the grass. I gotta clean up that pile. That's actually the remains of like the last of one of their piles. And everything else out here I did pretty good. Grass will fill on in. We have to cover this with dirt before your final. I'll have to buy some. It'd be good if you get a dump truck load of dirt and you have them dump it right here. You know, with rakes and wheelbarrows. Put what you need to cover this up and then drag the last of it to the house so that the soil at the house is like 4 inches higher, and then it kind of comes down a little bit and then it's 4 inches higher by the stairs heading that way, and then in the worst of any rains you won't have any kind of weird puddles or anything. These blocks are left here because there's anchors here I have to get up from the mobile home. Oh yeah, we get that dirt, we bury this. I figured you'll see the trap, but then you know, we'll put just enough dirt. You know, ideally if you put enough dirt around the whole house, like 4 feet out, just enough to cover the top of that, will do good. Still a lot of stuff back here, but it's majorly, most of what's left is little burnable stuff. I'll come through and pick it up when I have a campfire. It was like 20 last week at a high of 49 after it was 80. Then now it's 96. Looks good in here. It's weird. When you can't, I don't know how silence can be quieter, but before they insulate it, you can come in here. The doors are shut, the windows are shut. No bugs, no birds, it's winter, no cars, just silence. And they put the insulation in here, and somehow that silence was different. I don't know how. It was a quieter silence, I guess. Yeah, when I came over here, he was reading this, thumbing through it, which I forgot it was left over here. I thought I had kind of cleaned up more. He said, these can't be in the walls, that's what it says. And I told him my interpretation, you know, it couldn't go over here in the corner. And then I was just walking around, and he was farting through that book, and then he started whistling the song I Ain't Got No Type, and I sung the last line, and then he said, alright, I've had enough, I'm good, and he stuck the instructions back in the wall and signed off on the paper and split. I think you said if we have no more inspections except the final, then we can, I'll call the people and tell them to get that porta-john out of here. Oh, I bought the foam. I gotta get over here and foam that before Rick comes back. I gotta foam that. Let's see. Might as well, maybe I'll foam around that on the inside. Not inside the box, I don't mean that. Let me see, I had a hole over here that was going to be the drain. There it is down there. I need to put a pipe through there before it comes in drywalls. Now I gotta, oh, and I need to put some stuff in those. Alright. And he vinyled right over it, of course he did. Anyway, I just plan to stick a pipe out that hole for the hot water heater overflow, and then squirt some of that insulation around it. This will be like the late sleepers room, I would think, since this is the bright room in the afternoons. I don't like rooms where if you come over here at first thing in the morning, right through them tree line, the sun's gonna come up and just blind you to death. I would think this would be the room of the early people. Mike can stay up in here. There won't be no sun pointing in that window until noontime. Shoot, he's probably gonna drywall the, no, he's not drywalling the underside of the stairs. Good, I don't have to worry about it. We need to put a 2x6 under here to make this a little more rigid. But I don't know, we can do that. Farting around, that's not a big deal. There go some people. They don't see me, they'll think I'm spying on them. I wasn't going to put any bushes in the front, by the way. The Leyland cypress, you get them in 1 gallon. In the spring, when they have their big sales, you can get them for $5 each. And they grow fast. They grow both pyramidal and columnar, which means they grow upright, not broad and wide. And they're commonly used down here around tennis courts. And I thought I would plant. And they grow fast. There's really no reason down here, especially with you guys not here full time. Spring comes, you're not going to see anybody anymore. But for the winter months, it'd be nice to have some bushes over there. And I was just going to put the cypress along Wilbur's backyard there. That's what they use to hide tennis courts. I don't know why you'd want to hide a tennis court. Maybe so the people can't see how bad they play. And then in the back part there, in the back, I'm going to plant that Iliagnus, which is it grows like the shrubs I have in the front, which means just big giant shrubs. But they got nice long thorns, and they also grow, I don't know, they refer to it as shoots. It's not shoots like bamboo shoots, but what they mean is in the spring it grows branches, like they grow a couple feet in a few weeks, so it has like these thorn vines sticking out of it. And anyway, they're same thing. Get a bunch of them and you just plant them like every 15 feet apart, and a few years from now they'll all be big back there and whatever. Shut up, fool. Working on getting rid of this. I'd like to be able to see your house from our house. I don't think that you're at the necessarily overly concerned with having your house extremely secluded. Like all those piles of brick, I used them to dress up this little bridge here. Those were just in piles behind your house. I've been wanting to get them out of there for a long time. It was too easy for criminal mischief children to pick one up and hurl it. Oh yeah, this has been full. I actually pumped it down because we had a rain and the water was funky looking. I pumped it down. We had another rain. It's about full. I'm hoping that we're supposed to get rain tomorrow. I'm hoping we get a lot. I'd really like to see some major rain situation back here. Oh man, look at that. Oh good. I thought that was coming out of the big pool. That's coming out of that pool. All right, good. I'm gonna fill it up and then I'm gonna pump it out. I'll have it ready in no time. I need to do a Craigslist. I want to set up a Craigslist. Unless you get bored, you feel free. I'm going to sell these tires. The 8 tires. $250. I think that's less than technically what they all would have cost had I buy them all. That's 3 tires that hold air but leak and 5 tires that don't leak. Yeah, there's a squirrel. Go get that squirrel. Dopes. And then, I don't know. I got nowhere to put them. They're taking up space. I don't want them under that house because I've seen a fire and the tires were burning and it was a big deal. So I don't want tires under the house. And, oh, the trees look good, by the way. I was going to get a view of them. Let me do that while I'm strolling around here. Anyway, I'll just sell them. I don't plan on moving that house. And if the means and the needs come, I got to move that house again. I'll have to go and buy another $400 worth of tires. I need to put this tarp up on our roof. I need more tarps up here. I'm walking the tree line. I think the tree line is neato.